Okay, so I am just going to do a quick video on how to run from the 404 into the TASCAM. This is a TASCAM 414 Mark II Portastudio. The last time that I did a video that used both of these, I actually had a lot of questions about how exactly I was setting it up. I have it set up a little bit different today because today I do have the OP1 running into the 404 and then out of the 404 into the TASCAM. Okay, as you can see here, these cables, we have a standard RCA left-right. This particular one goes to a 1/8 inch. So usually what I do when I'm not using the OP1, take the RCAs and I'll come over here to line out, and then I will take the other end of this and put a 1/4 inch adapter on there, because as you can see, the TASCAM actually has tracks 5, 6 and 7, 8 here on the back. Both of these inputs are 1/4 inch stereo inputs. This is where you plug in something that's coming in stereo already. The other inputs, which are for your individual tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, these are mono inputs. I mean, technically there's a way to make it happen, but there's no need to do any kind of workaround because they already have these inputs here for this exact purpose. So in the event that I'm not using the OP1, what I would do is just go line out and then plug this bad boy into here. Alright, so you can choose either 5 and 6 or 7 and 8. Honestly, it's your call. Doesn't really matter. On this instance, I'm using 5 and 6. So this is where you actually control the level. Now you also have a monitor section here. You have left, right. You would want that pushed in. If you're doing several tracks, you can monitor what's coming in via this knob. We don't really need to monitor though when we're just doing what I'm trying to do here, which is just get the audio off of either of these devices and onto the tape. Once I have this plugged in, I test it out, I see that it's working. Now, if you don't have these properly set up, you won't have that working. So let me just kind of run through that real quick. Here you have these switches on track 1 and 2. What we're gonna do is switch this down to L for left and this down to R for right, because this stereo channel is going to be recorded here. So 5 and 6 go corresponding to 1 and 2. So left, right, and then I hard pan this to the left and R to the right. And then on our switches here for input, we're not actually recording into the mic line. So we're actually okay to leave the input on tape. And then you can get your levels, remember, via this knob. These faders, these are for the output after, when it's already recorded onto the tape. That's when these matter. So as you can see, they're all the way down. I'm still getting signal because it's all about this knob here. The EQs, I just leave at 12 o'clock and I'm not running any external effects, so I keep all those knobs down. Oh, you might have noticed these. These are RCA and they're going here to the line out, left and right. And these are heavy duty RCAs with big fat thick 1/4 inch cables that are running all the way around and into my sound card or interface, and this is them right here. So as you can see, they were RCA on that side, and over here you've got 1/4 inch. There you go. Okay, and then I have my interface here. It tells me that I'm getting signal. This shows me that it's coming through channel 1 and 2, and I have the channels linked so that channel 1 and 2 are acting as a stereo pair. Okay, so everything's good on this end, and then I'm doing this prematurely just for the sake of the video. I wouldn't really actually want to roll in Ableton until after I've got everything recorded onto tape. So last thing before I'm gonna record onto tape, what I wanna do is turn 0 return off for now. And then as you can see the tape in there, it's not all the way rewind, so I need to, I'm gonna put it at the beginning. Now I can turn 0 return on. And what I wanna do is push this counter when I don't know if you can see it, but we want to see the leader. You can see on the tape, the bit of tape that's here is clear. So when I see that tape is no longer clear and it's actually on the tape, that's when I push 0. We'll hit play. And now it's on the tape. So now I know that I'm not going to try to record over the leader. At this point, we're ready to record. Okay, so let's go ahead and record something. I've gone ahead and put the OP back, which reminded me of something. If you don't have this cable right here, the 1/8 inch to RCA, you can still run into the TASCAM the way that I am right here, which is an 1/8 inch cable. It's basically just 1/8 inch on both sides, and then I've got two of these adapters here. One going here and one going to the headphones. So I can just run out of the headphones and into 5 and 6. All right, so when we're gonna record, everything's all set over here. Okay, so I'm basically just gonna hit record and play. As you can see, the hi-hat loop that I have on the OP1 is panned hard right. If you don't set this stuff up the way that I showed you, chances are that's not going to be hard right, it's going to be in the middle. And these drums, so that's that. Now we can go back and have a listen. And this is the point where these faders are now going to matter. Hilarious, the microphone picked up the sound of the buttons. You get the idea though. The other thing that you might have noticed is I'm using these Type 1 90-minute tapes. These are not the tapes you're supposed to use with this machine. This machine is more or less made for Type 2 tapes, and when it comes to a machine like this, the shorter the length, the better. 90 minutes is way too long. The longer the tape, the thinner it is, and so it will wear out and degrade much faster. Overall, just sound a lot worse. So I do that on purpose, though, because I'm making lo-fi. As you can see, I have the DBX switch here to off. So I have DBX off. I'm using crap quality tapes. I'm doing this on purpose because I don't mind a little bit of tape hiss, or a lot of tape hiss. This is running out of here and into my DAW, and when I'm satisfied with what I have on the tape, I rewind, I play back, and I record it into there. So I have a digital version of it that I can master. If there's too much hiss, I'll just remove the hiss in there. When I'm playing it back, I can, mess with the pitch knob a little bit. So, this is just kind of how I've been doing things lately. I hope that was helpful to the couple of you that wanted to know. Hopefully this will help other people too. I know it's pretty specific. You kind of have to have these machines, but yeah, just putting it out there. Thanks.